Today in this video we are going to create a PASCAL triangle. So there are two methods in which we are going to do this. So in the first method we are going to use this formula, that is the number or the number of rows multiplied by I minus j divided by j plus 1. So I is the first loop which loops from 0 to n minus 1, and j is the inner loop which loops from 0 to I. So these are the steps. First you have to get the number of rows from the user. Then what you have to do is you have to loop from 0 to n. So this is our I loop. And first what we have to do is we have to add the space. Then once the desired space is reached, then we will print the number using this formula. After that, we have to decrease the space. The second formula or the second method is using this NCR formula, that is n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So here also you have to get the number of rows, and there are two loops which are used here. That is, we have to loop from 0 to n minus 1, and there is an inside j loop which loops from 0 to n minus I plus 1. Then first you have to print the space. After that, once the desired space is reached, we will print the number using this NCR formula. So we are going to see the two methods in our program, and we are going to write the code both in C# and Python. So let us begin. I have created a class PASCAL Triangle and created a method called PASCAL which has a return type void and accepts an integer. So we will create a variable called space which is equal to n, and we will create a variable num which is assigned to 1. So n defines the number of rows we wanted in our PASCAL triangle. So we will loop from 0 to n. So first we will define the space. So loop from 1 to space and print a space in that. To print the digits, we will create another loop which starts from 0 to I, and we will print the digit using the formula number multiplied by I minus j divided by j minus 1, and each time the space will decrease by 1, and we will print the result. So let's test this. So Pascal triangle is created for 6 rows. The same program using Python. So here I have created a method Pascal triangle which accepts an integer of n, and similar to the way which we had did in C#, we will create a variable called space which is equal to n, and another variable num which is assigned to 1. Then in the first loop ranges from 0 to n, and then we will print the space using another loop. Using this loop, we will print the digits. So this loop ranges from 0 to I, and the digits are printed using the formula, and each time the space will be decreased by 1 after this loop. Now let's test this. Yes, so the Pascal triangle for 10 rows is printed. Next we will try Pascal triangle using the NCR method. So here I am importing the factorial, and we will define the number of rows n equal to 5, and we will loop I from 0 to n, and we will create a second loop j which ranges from 0 to n minus I. Then the character space is printed. Then we are creating another loop j, which ranges from 0 to I plus I. And we are going to print the digit using the NCR formula. Let's test this. We see that the factorial is printed using NCR method in Python. Now let us try the same program in C#. C#, I have created a class called PASCAL Triangle NCR and created a method factorial which accepts an integer n and already calculated a factorial using recursion. Now to calculate the PASCAL or to create the PASCAL triangle, let us create one more method, PASCAL, which accepts an integer of n and returns void, and create a variable value called 1. And create two loops, which I loop which loops from 0 to n, and the j loop that is used to print the space. So again we are using the NCR formula, that is factorial of I by factorial of j multiplied by factorial of I minus j to calculate the to bring the digits using the NCR method. So let us test this. That the PASCAL triangle is created when we give I n is equal to 10.